Hey guys, welcome back to I'm Just a Fan. It's your host Ben, and today we are going to be doing AFC Conference Championship prediction videos. Let's get into it and let's talk about it. I'm so excited for this matchup. It's a matchup we have seen 3 times prior to this game. This is the 4th appearance of these two teams in the playoffs since 2020. I am so excited. There's a lot laying on the line for both teams, and let's start with the Chiefs. The Chiefs host this game. If they win this game, they are going to go to 3 straight Super Bowls. And if they win that Super Bowl, hypothetically, they will then be getting a three-peat, which I don't think has happened since New England in the early 2000s. It would be absolutely generational stuff for the Chiefs. It would be Mahomes' 4th ring. It would be just absolute insanity, to be honest. But the Chiefs are hosting this game. Of course, that's going to help them out. They usually host this game. I think Mahomes has only ever been on the road for the AFC Championship, and that was last year, if I remember correctly. So they're very comfortable being in this spot. They've been here before. This is pretty much the equivalent to the New England Patriots, but it's the 2020s version. This team, I think, is going to be ready. And from what I remember, there are not any major injuries for the Chiefs, so they should be relatively healthy heading into this game. And I think they have a decent shot, of course, to win the game. They're at home. They have Mahomes. You have Andy Reid. So I think there's a lot going for them. But now let's talk about the Bills. The Bills are coming off of a classic game last week, a huge win against the Baltimore Ravens, obviously to now go play the Chiefs. I think the Bills definitely have a chance in this one as well. The spread is at, I think, 1.5 last time I checked for the Chiefs. So obviously Vegas is showing that this is pretty short just because, this is going to be a tight game. I mean, the Bills beat them this year. The Bills beat the Chiefs. It's one of their only losses they had all year. Now, that game was in Buffalo, and that was in the regular season where the Bills have gotten the better of the Chiefs. But this is the postseason. Things change. So I don't know, but the Bills definitely look ready to go this year. They look ready. They have a more balanced attack, definitely more running focus as well. That defense has been playing pretty good as well. I do still have some concerns with them in the run game. They did get gashed last week, but that was also the Ravens. So, maybe take it with a grain of salt. The Chiefs definitely don't have that good of a running attack compared to Baltimore's. I mean, Baltimore has arguably the best running attack if you compare both quarterback and running back in the NFL. But it should be a really good game. I think both these teams match up on paper pretty well as well. I mean, you both have 2 top 3, top 4 quarterbacks. Both teams have pretty solid receivers. No one is elite, though. There's no elite receivers, but solid receivers. Bills have Shakir, Holland, Samuel, and Yusuf Kincaid as well. And then, of course, for the Chiefs, you have DeAndre Hopkins, you have Worthy, you have Travis Kelce. So you have some guys there. I would say it's pretty even comp, to be honest. I would say I definitely prefer Buffalo's running backs just because I like Davis and Cook way more than what the Chiefs have going for them right now. Not a slight toward the Chiefs, but it's just I think they just have better players for Buffalo in that department. Both offensive lines seem to be pretty good from what I know. I don't have all the stats, but I know both of them. I mean, they seem to be both pretty good, though I do still worry a little bit about the Kansas City tackles. They were a problem in the middle part of the season, I would say. So that stuff does worry me a little bit. But overall, I think both offensive lines have done a solid job. I mean, they're both, at this point, they got this far in the season, so they can't be terrible. But I do worry about those tackles for the Chiefs. And defenses, both teams' defenses have been playing pretty good. I would definitely favor the Chiefs' defense more, also partly just because they've been in bigger spots. But we were seeing big-time plays last week, even from Von Miller on that Bills defense. And, their secondary was getting active. They had an interception, a couple of the forced fumbles as well. So both these defenses are very opportunistic. I don't know. I'm not saying that right. They make the most of their opportunities. And, of course, I will say I definitely favor Spagnuolo over McDermott's defense, just because, again, we've seen how many times his defense has done it in the biggest moments, and they have a couple Hall of Famers on that defense. Well, not a couple, but you have some really good players. But you have, Chris Jones, you have McDuffie, you have Karlaftis. So there's definitely a lot going for the Chiefs on that side. But again, the Bills have a lot of talent as well on their side of the ball, and they got Milano back a little bit ago as well. So I think this game is just going to be extremely close. Both these teams match up very well against each other. And this sounds so basic, but I really do think it's going to come down to how are the quarterbacks going to play and who's going to turn the ball over if there are any turnovers. Now for my prediction. Oh, this is a tough one. This really is a tough one, but my gut is leaning with the Chiefs. I want to pick Buffalo. They've played really, really good football this year, but it is so hard for me to pick against Kansas City in Arrowhead in the AFC Championship in a game that they are so comfortable in. I just don't think I can do it. I think, again, I said it earlier, it's going to come down to who's going to turn the ball over. I didn't mention this earlier, but who's going to convert in the red zone? Is it going to be field goals or is it going to be touchdowns? Because that's going to be a huge factor as well. There shouldn't be any weather impeding on this game, so thankfully we should have a clean game for the most part. Also, I just value the Chiefs' coaching as well over the Bills, and that's no slight towards the Bills. It's not saying that they're a bad coaching staff. It's just when you have a top 3 head coach, one of the best, if not the best, offensive mind in football in NFL history, and then you have one of the best defensive coordinators in NFL history, it just is so hard for me to pick any other team going against them, specifically in their backyard. I'm going to go with the Chiefs, but I think it's going to be really close. Give me the Chiefs like 22-20 or something like that. I think it's going to be an extremely close game. I think we're going to have a physical game. I think it's going to be more of a ground and pound, a little bit of a lower scoring game. Both these teams really don't take, they're not big deep shot. They're not going to go for a ton of deep shots. I think it's going to be a lot of ground and pound, short pass. It's what both these teams really do. I think if Buffalo wants to win this game, you got to get Allen going in the passing game specifically, but also in the running game. When he is a threat in the running game, it's pretty hard to defend a guy running that fast at that height. So I think that's a huge factor. And I guess the X factor for the Chiefs is really, I think it's personally for that defense. I just trust the Chiefs offense so much, even if it's not going to be the prettiest thing, they're still going to get those big first downs. But can that Chiefs defense get enough pressure to throw Allen off his game? And can they try to neutralize that Bills rushing attack? Because that is what the Bills run on. No pun intended. They run on that run game so much, and that's kind of what sets up their offense. So if the Chiefs can neutralize that and then force Allen to pass, that's where I think things can get a little tough for Allen. But yeah, that's just my thoughts for this game. Let me know what you think. This game should be a classic, no doubt about it. This is, again, the 4th time we're seeing this. This is giving me pretty much the same vibes as Manning and Brady. I mean, this is pretty much equivalent to that. Same thing even for Manning as well. Allen is equivalent to Manning, and Brady is the same as Mahomes right now. It's just how it's going. We'll see. Eventually Manning did climb that mountain, and he did take down the big bad Patriots in 2006 to go get to the Super Bowl and win it. Allen is looking to do the same thing right now. We'll see if he's going to do it or not. But if this would be the year to do it, it would be this year, because the Bills have just looked so good, and they are, for the most part, decently healthy from what I'm seeing, unless I'm forgetting any crazy injuries. So this would be the year, but we will see. Very, very excited for this game. And drop your predictions down below in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. And if you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one. Peace, guys.